Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
You are not niggers. You are not coons. You may smoke reef and drink wine and do crazy, wicked things, but you are not a wicked person by nature. You have lent yourself to wickedness, but you are a divine creature that must now come into the knowledge and power of your own divinity. And no preacher can resurrect you into your divinity. It takes God himself to bring you into your own divine nature. So we're not dealing with prophets. We have walked out of prophet teaching. This is the time and the presence of God. So I don't talk about God will come. God is already here. And he's working in me to resurrect you to your divine nature.
Salute, and welcome to class, guys. How y'all feeling? Yeah, we back old school. Gonna have a little intimate conversation, guys. Plus, it's subscribers only. So if you want to comment, if you want to spew your hatred, if you have mental illness and you just gotta react because you wake up looking for the negativity and looking for the dysfunction, you gotta wait 5 minutes after you subscribe. You should already be subscribed since that's what you like doing. And you know, I like triggering you. I love triggering you. I love plucking a bald head roach right in the head. Yes, I do. So you should already be subscribed. But for those of you that know what time it is, know what Mr. Goodbread fitting to do, that's a part of the movement. Salute to y'all. Welcome to the righteous fair. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. What's up? Got my guy Toxic Ring. He's definitely a subscriber. And he's one of the members over here. But before we have this exclusive conversation, salute to my girl Love Dorsey. You know what I mean? Before we have this exclusive conversation about back to school, you know what I mean? Because it's important. We got to talk about this, fellas. We got to talk about this. Let me give y'all my disclaimer. Welcome to the Righteous Fair. Keep in mind, we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or your emotions. We're going to cater to the truth, and we are going to cater to common sense. And we is not going to complicate that. Do you understand that? All right, guys? Now, before y'all go jump into conclusions, hopping out your feelings, understand, you women that get child support, that's all you get. You chose a check over the father, the physical presence, the care, and the, you know what I mean, the you chose that. You, once that man cut that check, you are the sole proprietor and you got to handle that. You got to handle the funds now, man. Back to school comes every September in New York City. So it never changes. So it shouldn't surprise you. You shouldn't have to rush. You know what I mean? These kids is in your possession 24/7, 7 days a week. So you know that they feet grow. You know that they get taller and their head get bigger. For you sisters that get child support, what's the problem? Why? What's the problem? I'm going to get to the other ladies in a minute. When you choose to take a check over a man, you have to be absolutely responsible. Back to school is coming up, man. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to you mothers that say I have a man. All right? I'm not talking to any mother that claim to have or live with her child's father. If you live with your child's father, ma'am, you shouldn't really have a problem with what I'm saying ever, because either you heard it, because this is how a man feels. This is how real men feel. So then you should know you're a man, and you should know that these are some of his male issues, because we have issues. Y'all act like men don't have issues. Y'all act like women the only one that have issues. We have real male issues in our society. So I'm not talking to you mothers, you know what I mean, that have a man. Okay? Facts. You know what I mean? Facts. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, yo. Let's let love do her thing as she do her thing. You know what I mean?
What's up, y'all? Congratulations. You made it to another live with Love Dorsey. And it's Friday. Congratulations. You made it to another live. I'm going to say this just like every other live. The content is triggering. I'm going to say this as well about this specific live. This is about kids. I'll say this about this particular live. I don't give a fuck the most on this particular live about anybody's 2 cents. We're going to have a back to school conversation, right? And
we're going to be adults. We're going to let the kids get ready for back to school. We're going to let the kids get ready for back to school. But we, us listeners, us consumers of the content, of the message, we going to be adults about this. We're not going to lie. We're going to hold off on the crab legs. We're not going to eat no crab legs. We're going to listen.
For those that care, stick around. For those that don't, feel free to get off here. I didn't ask you to come on. You chose to.
Warning.
So let me start by saying this, right? It's back to school. Some people, kids already started back in school. If you like me, your kids been schooling all year round with tutoring and educational programs that you put them in, because you know the education is the most important, because
Exactly. Because you don't just rely on the school to do everything, because it starts at home. A lot of this life stuff starts at home, not in them schools. It starts at home. So, you know, you got to be a parent, you got to be a super mom, a super single mother, or you got to be a single dad, or you got to be a real dad. 365. When the school break, that don't mean you get the break as a parent and stop installing knowledge into your kid. You're supposed to be installing a different type of knowledge into your kid any way, yearly, year round. It don't never stop.
Has to do with stimulating, educating, growing, learning how to manage and control the mind, which that's the most important thing. When you see people that their mind gone, doesn't matter how their body look, right? Doesn't matter how healthy and strong the rest of the physical is. When the psyche is gone, it's over with, right? But anyway, I want to have this conversation with y'all about these kids, right? And I'm gonna start by saying this, because on my page, all I care about is logic, right? Understanding, science, practical shit, not your feelings. So I'm gonna say this first. It's back to school time. If you got more children than what you could manage from a...
You know, if you was a meat to meter, if you just an irresponsible female, so you have 6, 7 kids and they all getting ready for back to school, that's who she's talking to. She's specifically talking to you. So don't look around and act like, who? She's specifically talking to you.
A normal stress level, that's your fault. Should have stopped fucking. Male or female, should have stopped fucking. Female, especially.
They're gonna say, why especially a female? Because men do it too. Men, because y'all carry the baby, y'all get parked for 9 months. Men never have to get parked, ever. A man never gets parked. Y'all get parked for 9 months by making bad choices and bad decisions, because y'all be loving the...
You hit it from the back, beating my shit in. I asked you why it feel like that. You said feel like what? I tell you meat to meat. You said you took the rubber off. So I'm throwing it back even harder. You tell me you got the nut, so I'm throwing it back even harder. You got the one hand on the neck, one thumb in ass, hitting my shit, beating it the fuck in. Now you nut. You leave the money on the dresser for it, plan B. 2 days later, you calling my phone asking me, did I take what? I left the money on the dresser for the plan what?
We're gonna smash tomorrow night and then we're gonna move on. That's how it is. That's what greatness is. We don't sit in it. We're worried about the next goal.
Everybody understand that? Everybody understand that first, right? Okay, so let me say this. It's back to school time. These children need a routine. These children need structure. These children need stability. These children need a support in a way that has nothing to do with the stuff that as an adult you probably care about, right? And I'm gonna break this down, but I'm just giving y'all an overview, right? So despite your feelings, despite your victim testimony, despite y'all's sad story about how it's hard, I'm gonna come on here and just tell y'all, and I'm speaking to y'all on behalf of the kids, so I really don't give a fuck about anybody's opinion. School is starting back. These children need understanding and certainty about where you stand as a parent in regards to supporting them. These educators and these teachers need a clear understanding about your involvement and your support with educating the children that you fucked and made. The teachers, the guidance counselors, the PE coach, the cafeteria lady, the fucking janitorial people at the school, the student aides, the teachers that come in with them EIP plans and things like that to help y'all with the children that are slow or challenged in certain ways intellectually, right? They didn't fuck and make those children. You did. So you need to, as the parent, no matter whether your baby daddy help you or not, no matter whether your baby mama help you or not, you need to have enough maturity, enough care about your motherfucking kids that you fucked and made, right? You opened your legs. You let that sperm run up in you. You then decided not to abort and birth that baby. So it is on you to connect with these educators, these guidance counselors, these people at this school, and get them in a space where they have an understanding with you about your support in educating your child. Everybody understand that part first? And I don't give a fuck that this make y'all uncomfortable. I'm on here speaking on behalf of these children because they struggling in math and reading in almost every state, especially if you black. I don't want to hear the shit. And it's a lot of y'all where the children...
Don't say it like that. No, not the most educated woman in the nation, children. Not the most educated woman in the nation. You said what, Love Dusty? Can you please repeat that? Say that one more time, ma'am. One more time. Cause what? How can the mother be so? How could the woman, the queen, be so smart, but her pawn be dumb? Be just dumb. Say wow. And it's a woman, sister talking too.
You then decided not to abort and birth that baby. So it is on you to connect with these educators, these guidance counselors, these people at this school, and get them in a space where they have an understanding with you about your support in educating your child. Everybody understand that part first?
Yep.
And I don't give a fuck that this make y'all uncomfortable. I'm only here speaking on behalf of these children because they struggling in math and reading in almost every state, especially if you black. I don't want to hear the shit. And it's a lot of y'all where the children are not challenged intellectually. They're not slow, but your habitual behaviors and your ways as a parent is making them look as though they're slow. So a lot of these children, their test scores are low or they don't test well, right? Because you always stressing them the fuck out because you always stress the fuck out, right? You don't get them in the bed at a decent time. The tablets be raising them at home outside of school. You be so busy surfing the internet and running behind a nigga or a bitch or out and about or worrying about somebody else's problems, right? That you don't understand the shit starts at home. Now, the teachers be telling y'all in them little letters and the school mission statements and shit, the papers that y'all just sit there and sign and don't read. In those documents, they be telling y'all that the shit starts at home. They explain that they can only do so much. If the child doesn't have real structure at home, if you don't reiterate a lot of the things that the teachers are introducing to them, they're not going to do well, even if they're intelligent. A lot of whether a kid does well or not has to do with these things I'm about to go over going on at home. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining so far? And again, I do not give a fuck about y'all sob and sad stories. You should not have laid your ass up there and got fucked. Whatever amount of times you got fucked and had whatever amount of children that you have. Kids are innocent. They deserve unconditional love. Half the shit that be going on with them, it be a direct result of your fucked up ass ways, beliefs, and thinking from your upbringing when somebody didn't do right by you as a child. Yes, that's what I'm getting at. A lot of these...
A fact.
You got condom?
No, I ain't got no condom.
You know what you doing?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You gonna pull out?
Yes.
I just came back from the clinic and I found out I was pregnant.
No, sorry.
Hello? He hung up on her.
And then keep the baby. And then I'm keeping my baby. Broke, dusty, on a mama couch doing what? What they be on a mama couch doing, Goodbreads? Y'all know what they be doing on a mama couch. What they be doing?
Kids, their mental health is not well. And it's not well because you always rushing them. You're always rushing them because you don't get in bed at a decent time. You don't get home and sit down at a decent time. For these children to actually get done with whatever extracurricular activities.
They don't never be home. They feet never stay at home. Remember, they the Proverbs 7, love.
Do they homework, whether it's before or after, from a space of feeling supported, right? And not screamed at and hit because they're not catching on or doing a good job. The other thing is, be honest with yourself, right? Because I told y'all, I'm all about logic, truth, science, fuck your feelings, right? So let me offer y'all some logic, some science, some truth. If you're one of those parents that you've allowed your child to be exposed to mobile devices, tablets, iPads, iPhones, cell phones, Androids, laptops, family computer at home, and they are on things like Fortnite, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, right? These apps are designed along with other video games.
And you not controlling their mind, you not pouring into them. Remember, that's all of that. And plus, you not pouring into them. You not teaching them none of them sacred writings that you was supposed to be teaching them. That we go over in the Bible, and the Bible said you supposed to be teaching those. That's the stuff that they supposed to honor. Remember, you because honor your mother and your father. Yeah, quick to use that to control them. But what did you teach them? What are they honoring? How did you train them up? What's the scarlet on their neck so that when they go out in the world, that nothing's gonna get them? Come on, stop it, knock it off.
to constantly stimulate the mind, right? Constant stimulation is instant gratification. Instant gratification in the mind, inside the body, is release of hormones to where it makes it where your body is almost addicted to the shit. So it turns like that of an addiction of a drug addict, somebody on crack, heroin, PCP.
Oh, break it down, love. Remember, I told y'all this is our problem right here, guys. We talking about the red section right here. That impatient. Remember, I told y'all a while back that social media is the biggest unrestricted drug on the planet. It's the biggest unrestricted drug. It's worse than crack. The shit we in right now. Didn't y'all be wondering why is the woman acting so weird? Why is the men bugging out? Bro, the shit we in, this epidemic called social media, internet, is harder than crack. It's worse than crack, because at least crack, the little kids couldn't smoke it. The kids couldn't go get a stem. They couldn't go get a pipe and then smoke it. You know what I mean? So that was restrained to the dummies, the older dummies. You know what I mean? But this social media, this new drug, bro, kids could walk by and light it up. Kids could, you ever try to take a crack rock? We gonna call the kid phone a crack rock. Could you ever try to take a crack rock from a crackhead? Man, listen, you ever try to take that phone from a little kid nowadays, boy? You try to take that phone from a little kid having a whole heart attack. Falling out. And it's the impatience. Let me play that back so that y'all can get how it goes down. And this is the psychological fact. So you could argue with yourself, but this is why we fucks with love, and we've been fucking with love, because we don't only like what she say, we know, and we actually activate the psychological studies.
Science, fuck your feelings, right? So let me offer y'all some logic, some science, some truth. If you're one of those parents that you've allowed your child to be exposed to mobile devices, tablets, iPads, iPhones, cell phones, Androids, laptops, family computer at home, and they are on things like Fortnite, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, right? These apps are designed, along with other video games, to constantly stimulate the mind, right? Constant stimulation is instant gratification.
And y'all not stimulating their mind, so it's just that. Because y'all not stimulating your mind. That is programming your mind in the same way it's programming your child mind. So this is why I get on here and I be like, teach your kid how to do this. How the hell you gonna teach your kid how to do anything when nobody taught you? You never took time for yourself. You trapped yourself in this professional single motherhood. Now you gonna run with that shit and use that shit as a reason why you don't pour into yourself, man. And blame it on the baby father that you picked and let go all the way in your guts raw. Come on.
Instant gratification in the mind, inside the body, is release of hormones to where it makes it where your body is almost addicted to the shit. So it turns like that of an addiction of a drug addict, somebody on crack, heroin, PCP, weed, whatever, right? So when these children are able to freely, like some of y'all just did all summer long, get on these devices for extended periods of time, wake up out they sleep when they most vulnerable, and go straight into gaming, tableting, social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and they've done this repeatedly, you have created habitual patterns in them, right? In the physical, but also in their psyche. So now when school starts back and you have to put these things down when you don't really want to for an activity that's not as psychologically stimulating as these video games, it becomes a problem. When the teachers get them in class and they need them to sit still and listen and read and follow activities that don't release as much dopamine or cortisol as the fucking tablets or the video games on Xbox or PS5, it becomes a problem. And this is your fault. This is not the teacher's fault. This is not the school district's fault. This is not your baby daddy fault. This is not your baby dad, your baby mama fault. This is your fault.
Absolutely. And it looks something like this, yo. It look a little something like this, guys. This is exactly how it look. Truth for proof.
This is Miss Glass from your child's school.
Yeah, I know who this is. What's going on?
Hey, I was calling because I'm having a little bit of an issue out of your son today. He is not wanting to sit down in his seat, and he will not stop talking. So
Oh my God, I thought he was sick. So y'all don't handle that?
Well, usually we use our behavior management system, which requires for us to call the parent if the behavior is
It
getting...
don't seem like it's really managing that. If you, I mean, y'all can't. I'm trying to work.
And I understand that, and I also am trying to work, but I want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
She's trying to get smart. Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not trying to get smart. I just want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
Well, I mean, what he doing?
He won't sit down and he won't stop talking. Therefore, he's not able
You
to
tell me you
complete.
can't make him sit down.
Well, I can't make a child do anything. I can request it, I can ask it, but I can't make him do it. And so I'm wanting to work together.
Like, I brought him, I sent him up there to that school because y'all need to know how to handle him. I thought they had teachers that know how to handle kids. I mean, if y'all can't handle them, I don't know what you want me to do.
Not all. Not all.
As the custodial parent that chose to allow your child, because it is on you. You know how y'all go around all year and lay claim, that's my baby, that's my child. Don't touch my son. Don't talk about my...
Yeah, I call that the Johnny Gill. Those be the Johnny Gill moms. Ma.
It still belong to you when this bullshit is going on as well. So I'm teaching you, yes, how you create ADHD and inability to control your own mind as a young adolescent off of being parented this way. So now, when you allow me to spend months developing habits with these fucking mobile devices, and you're not honest with me about what it's doing to my mind and hormonally what it's doing to me, when it's time for school to start back and I have to just abruptly take a step back from these things, it becomes hard. I act out, right? I'm perceived as the bad kid. I can't focus. You even as the parent perceive me.
I ain't raise him like that. I ain't raise him like that. He'll give you the shirt off his back. Lying, like, man, you ain't raised him no how. You ain't raised him like that or this. And like that and like this and like that, and you ain't do neither. We know.
Me as having an attitude with you or being disrespectful, but this ain't about you, bitch. This ain't about you, nigga. This is about the habitual patterns that you have aided me in creating, that it is uncomfortable as I'm trying to break it. And then a lot of y'all, all you know in regards to discipline is to whoop, beat, corporal punishment, spank. You know nothing about positive parenting. You take...
Absolutely. And then you got a bunch of monkeys running around here talking about, because them butt whoopings did me justice. Oh, how much money you got in your bank? $1,000. And those beatings did you good. Those beatings, you good. You good. Understand, bro. Understand. And I know it's about that time. I know. Even though, yeah, I know, because we got some onlookers. They can't comment, though. The bald-head roaches can't comment, though, unless they do what they hate to do, and that's subscribe and show some support. Yeah, I got him. Yo, bald-head roaches, you. Where he's at? I know. It's about that time.
Not just my delivery, it hurts your feelings to know that all this time you thought your mother or your father had it figured out, and they did not. They raised you in a way that has you conditioned to believe that your habits and the things that you have your mind set on are not going to put you in a position of forward progress. A lot of y'all and I'm speaking like this without cursing, because a lot of y'all inboxed me earlier and, it really touched you in a, good way. Y'all was letting me know, the video earlier really touched you in a good way when I really started speaking on how our children get of age like we do. you know, some point in their life, they get to a certain age where they realize, like, you didn't teach me anything of value. You only bought me stuff. You only purchased me material stuff and spent time with me, but the time wasn't even valuable because you didn't leave me with any nuggets to make it out here. So we watch our children repeat the same generational curses that we've repeated for decades, and a lot of y'all is sad because instead of confronting that, you deflect. You come on my page and you don't understand the responsibility of the content that you're listening to. You don't understand the weight of what this carries.
Your feelings hurt.
No responsibility or accountability in what you've caused, right? In this child, right? You are cause. We're talking about the effects. You are the motherfucking cause. You whoop these children. You loud talk them. You yell at them. You tell them they're getting on your nerves. You run them out your room. You cuss the teachers out. You don't email back. You don't answer the phone calls when the school calls you about LaJohn or Keisha not sitting down in class or can't focus or not turning their work. Right? So now also what this creates is where your mind is racing, right? So from a psychology standpoint, you create where your brain has become used to certain stimulation. And then when you're not getting it, it makes your thoughts race. It makes your moods irritable. You become...
I was like, right now, she's describing all the bullhead roaches they wait in the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes can't go by any faster so they could comment they stupid little comment in there because they so used to coming here and just racing because they brain be racing. They don't do no work on themselves. And they come here and they thought they was going to eat today, y'all. They thought they was going to eat today, y'all. They thought they was going to steal stuff from our house today, yo. Woo! Got them. Got them, yo. Salute to all those that support the real, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we got our first super chat of the stream. You know what I mean? And it's my guy, RPM. Been on fire this week, supporting the stream. Man, RPM, what we listening to? We got them all. What we listening to, RPM? Sister Daniela, salute, Sister Daniela. How you feeling? What are we listening to? Face Facts, what's going on? Man down again. Oh, salute, I got to get you a wrench, man down again. Got to get you a wrench. Tamika Washington, what's going on, my sister? Saw you earlier. Yep, we back. Marcus, what's going on? RPM said it's on the house, it's on me. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. I'm going to our favorite, the righteous fair favorite. And fellas, put that by God, bro. They can't bother you if you ain't chasing the doo-doo. They can't get you. You don't need a raid. You don't even need raid as long as you're not chasing the doo-doo. Put that by God.
Got a big old booty, and everybody says, she's a fine booty. The booty is where the doo-doo is, boy. Put that by God, that's the garbage can. So how you get so messed up with this white boy? You think the bigger the booty, the finer it is. That's like going to Kmart. You see a big old garbage can, that's the filth. And now we can convince her she won't switching that big old booty and all of that. It ain't nothing but doo-doo in there.
Doo-doo in there. Let's get back to class.
I'm almost in like a manic space, right? And so what happens is, as I'm going through this and you fussing and cussing at me even more, I can start to get depressed. I can start to retract psychologically from real life. And this is when you can't get me to talk to you. This is when you can't get me to really engage. This is when you can't get me to show you what's wrong with me or tell you what's wrong with me. It becomes like, damn, what's wrong?
And y'all be in relationships with grown-ups that act just like that. Y'all be in relationships, sisters with sense, you know I ain't bugging. And fellas, you know it's a lot of chicks that do dumb shit. They go suck a whole nother penis before they open their mouth and tell you what's wrong with them. We got a lot of those folks. That's called passive-aggressive behavior.
Oh, my motherfucking child, I'm so sick of them. This is what's happening with a lot of y'all. Just let that soak for a minute, and I'm going to say yet again, I don't give a fuck who gets offended or don't want to admit that as a parent, it's your fault. I'm telling you, it's your fault. I'm laying out the facts, very simple, and if you stay out your feelings, and in reality, and in science, you will understand that it's you. The kids don't do that.
How Soulja Boy say? You! Soulja Boy tell him, you! You. But what about you? But the man, but you.
This to theyself. Y'all do it. Now, if you fucked and had a bunch of kids, but you was poor while you did it, and you live in a community or a neighborhood where there's a lot of violence, there's drug activity, there's all kind of unhealthy shit for the psyche and the teaching and rearing and raising of a child, right? These are called ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. If you're one of these people that you were irresponsible enough to do this type of shit, you need to take ownership, because there are certain things that your child will be attracted to based on their environment, conditioning them to be comfortable and okay around. So your children will be more likely to get involved in certain activities and be comfortable with certain things going on around them because of the environment, the neighborhood, the household, your geography, where you chose to lay up and fuck and birth them at. Responsible people, right? They will consider all of these things before they push children out, right?
Right. Because remember, babies are not rings. Having a man baby and not that man ring is not a flex, dummy.
Everybody understand this? And it feels uncomfortable. Take a second and breathe. Don't type them paragraphs, because I'm not going to read them on this bitch, and I don't give a fuck. And on Instagram, when the live is over, your paragraph going to be gone anyway. Save yourself the thumb power. So I will say again, right? Some of y'all, based on just being poor as fuck, right? Or not understanding that this stuff makes sense in regards to affecting the personality and the social behavior of my child and the beliefs of my child, I had them in an environment that's not reflective of birthing kids, especially continuously, like some of y'all did. It's not your baby mama fault. It's not your baby daddy fault. It's not your mama and them fault. It's your fault. You fucked and had those kids. You laid there and got nutted in, or was on top riding that dick after you gave them some head and let them nut in you.
Love, we trying to get this monetized, but we call it She Played Dumb with the Cum, yo. Hashtag it, guys. I told y'all, they played dumb with the cum, guys. They played dumb with the cum. It ain't no secret. They know it. You should know it. And even Love know it. Love know it. I know it. Y'all know it, yo. They played dumb with the cum. Hashtag play dumb with the cum. That's what they did. That's what they do. They doing it right now to get off their mama couch. That's how they get off their mama couch. They get tired of doing what they doing on their mama couch, yo. What they doing on their mama couch, y'all. Y'all know what they doing on their mama couch. Y'all know what they be doing on their mama couch, right? And they be doing it through their pants pocket too. Like this one right here, she was just out there with it. Because normally they be scratching and itching like that through their pants pocket.
Is that important for her to look cute? This is crazy. Now she at the bus stop. She at the bus stop. And this is what y'all men are chasing. She is at the bus stop. This is crazy, dog. Is that important for her to look cute? This is crazy.
You fertilized that egg and chose to not have an abortion and birth the child. It's your motherfucking fault. The life in the world, this country does not make you do these things. You do them because either you're sexually promiscuous and you can't control yourself, or you wanted to, or you were raised in an environment where you thought that this was okay, right? Everything that's going on in your life, it is on you, right?
Breathe, y'all. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe, yo. Breathe, yo. It's entertainment. It's only entertainment. Breathe, yo. Breathe. You good? You all right? Give him some water. Give him some water.
So now, when you raise a child and you got them in these type of environments and you're not mindful, these things will show up as it's time to go back to school, right? Some of y'all, you smoke weed. Your neighborhood and your environment is reflective of smoking weed. So your kids probably gonna get caught smoking weed. They're gonna go to school, and the school probably gonna catch them smoking weed. They'll probably get sent to a secondary school, and they may have to end up just going and taking up a trade or dropping out and just getting a GED.
And these are things that's gonna happen if you're indulging in these things. So when they happen, don't play dumb. You don't get to play dumb. Like, oh, what? This is the psychological facts and the truth. All right. Remember, kids, they learn from what they see. You can tell them whatever you want to tell them all day. How many times you want to tell them? But they learn by what they see. When it comes to being a woman, I know your moms ain't teaching nothing about your superpowers and all of that. But the woman's biggest power and their biggest strength is that they can move the whole room with their eyes. They don't need to talk. This is why God ain't asked the woman to talk, because her actions, I have the whole room simping. Her aura, I have everybody chasing. All right, but they don't teach y'all that. They teach y'all go get everything the man got and he gonna worship you. How's that working out for you, man?
That's your fault. It is your fault. Some of y'all children, based on how much you leave them unattended and how laid back you are about restrictions on their tablets, their iPhones, their iPads, their Androids, whatever, right? They're getting exposed to this stuff from watching things online. And because you're making a choice as a parent not to take those things serious, and they end up smoking or using drugs or fucking, right, excessively in ways that match what they see online, and it shows up in your ability and the teacher's ability to get them to focus on schoolwork and prioritize that, that's your fault as well, right? You fucked, you had them. You chose not to put restrictions on those tablets. You chose to allow your kid to be involved like every other kid. A lot of y'all parent based on wanting your kid to keep up with the other kids. So adults be keeping up with the Joneses, but a lot of y'all as parents, you watch other parents online and you allow your kid to go to parties or be on apps or be involved without any restrictions, and you allow your children to tell you, so-and-so mama and them let her do that, or his mama let him do that, and so y'all follow along because it's really monkey see, monkey do. You really didn't put no thought into having these kids and what time.
Exactly. So it's just learn on the fly. It's celebrate mediocrity. You know what I mean? That's another thing they do too. They compete with the other people who's in the same poverty that they in, and then they apply pressure on the dad. Let me tell you, it's the look at me show, love. You got to see them. The kids graduate from junior high school and they have them looking like grown adults. Big ass gown and limos and big ass $1,000 parties. Like if they opened a whole new business, like if they check back with that kid, yo. Check back with that kid 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Check back with that kid 10 years later. That's his greatest accomplishment. That little Hummer stunt right there. That little Hummer stunt, his greatest accomplishment. And this is how you get your kid used to celebrating bullshit. You get your kid used to celebrating mediocrity, and they never get that and they never go all the way. And they look for that participation reward because they so busy celebrating mediocrity, yo. Sad shit.
Type of life and environment and access they supposed to have to certain shit that is showing back up. And so now I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of these kids, once your mind, going back to psychology, gets exposed to the release of certain hormones when you have sex, or when you jack your dick off, or when you see little girls' titties, or when you see little boys' balls and dicks, or whatever they're looking at, it makes it where now when somebody's saying, sit down and read this book, it's time to do a report. Hey, sit down and do this math quiz. Hey, tonight's homework is this. I guarantee you, in the mind of the child, it is a real struggle. Do I beat my meat or do I do this math homework? Do I bust it open and twerk and send this little boy this video so he can make me feel like I'm prettier or he liked me more than the other little girls? Or do I sit down and do these math problems? I think y'all know what they're going to choose, right? And so you have to be aware of this as a parent. You have to be in a space where all of your baggage and your shit going on as an adult does not make it where you don't understand these things, and putting your attention on it is a priority as a parent. School starting back. These children are doing poor in reading and math, especially if you're a black kid. I'm gonna just let y'all receive that in for a second before I go any further. I'll go back to structure. You got to put the kids in the bed early the night before. You have to get them in a routine of picking out their clothes the night before. You have to get off of your phone, off of Instagram, off them reality shows, go in there and check to see what clothes the kids picked out. Make sure they're not going to get up in the morning, putting on dirty socks, not putting on clean underwear, making sure they picked out clean clothes. A lot of y'all, you so distracted that a lot of the things that go on with your child, it's just not being prepared. You don't take care of these things the night before. And a lot of y'all, you don't have no family members to tell you this, but you rip and run the streets so much. You always at somebody else's house, or some of y'all, you be at home just laid up doing nothing. You got no motivation, no real energy to get on this. You need to go get yourself some help because the babies don't deserve this.
And that's a fact, because they ain't never wanted to be no mother. They never wanted to be no mother. They wanted to be a professional modern woman for the rest of their life. There's mad mothers running around here with the mother title and the mother benefits. You know what I mean? But they ain't mothers. I told y'all already, and I was dead serious. I put that by God. It's only 20% of real mothers. It's only 20% of women are born to be mothers, bro. And mothers are born, not made, not created. If it ain't in her, it ain't in her, bro.
I don't care if you well into your last year of high school. As a parent in support of this child, there should be certain responsibilities and expectations that you have on the child, but then you got to get your big grown ass up and support them. Make sure that they have the things prepared for the next day. Check their motherfucking homework, even if you use an app. Pay somebody to come over and check their fucking homework. Support.
But it's very hard to check homework when you a dummy and you sitting there and you play let's pretend I'm smart just because I'm cute, or let's pretend because I'm a woman. It's very hard when you play let's pretend and let me get on by because I'm a woman and you ain't do no work on yourself. This is why I tell you, I lead with work on yourself. Pour on you. Go learn something. Be educate every day. Get educated every day. That's all I talk about. I don't know why y'all buck up at me and get so mad at me that I'm telling you the real shit. I tell you, educate yourself, pour into you, and protect your coochie. Those three things. And you get so mad at me, like if I'm telling you something wrong, like you just want to go out there and be so irresponsible with the fish hole. Like, I don't understand. Ladies, what's up? What's up? Because y'all don't have nothing to teach these kids. They clean your house, your whole house up every Friday before you come home from work, and that's it. That's all they know how to do. Be a good little slave for the person they gonna go out and ruin their life. The person they leave your crib and go meet, that's the only skill they can bring. A slave skills. I can clean your house up, Harpo. I don't know how to be a teammate, but I clean your house up. I don't know how to manage no money. If you give me $100, I'm gonna blow it. But I can clean your house up. There's no skills.
Or the children behind the scenes and stop just expecting the school to do it for you. They only teach so much. They only have so much influence over your child. The habitual behaviors at home play the biggest role in whether your child is a good student at school.
They think they buying time. They think they gonna educate themselves to be RNs while the school educate their kids that they done set up here and made. That's not how that's gonna work, dummy. You got to pour into your kid just as much as you trying to pour into you so you can compete with them other girls on social media. That's why you ain't got time to really teach your kid nothing. You leave it up to the school. That's what she's talking about. She's talking about child mothers that think the school system is supposed to be the end all be all. What part do y'all do? Because clearly you get the mother, y'all get the money from the father when you get the child support check, right? And then you rely on the school to teach the kid. So what do y'all do? What do y'all do again? Because you heard me right. Y'all get the child support check from the father. So that's who's paying and funding your foolishness. And don't miss me with that. That's for the child. Because if it was for the child, you'd be able to invest in that child and not be struggling over here having to pay rent, having to do all this extra shit that should have been taken care of before you decided. You know what you did. You know exactly what you did, right? Because that should have been taken care of, right, man? Let me say it nicer, because I know y'all be needing me to say facts, nice, right? Man, before before he left it in, before you let the man leave it in, right? And y'all did the meet, you was supposed to have, how was you paying for your rent, utility, your how were you paying for all of that? You wasn't. Your mother was funding that. See? So how, like, what's your argument? Knock it off.
You got a condom?
No, I ain't got no condom.
You know what you doing?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You gonna pull out?
Yes.
I just came back from the clinic and I found out I was pregnant.
No, sorry.
Hello? Hello? He hung up on her.
Breathe. Don't give a fuck about your sob story. You chose to lay up and fuck and have those children and not get an abortion. So it is on you. So you get things prepared and situated the night before, right? You make sure that your child knows the things that you do in support of them. And you do it so often that it turns into a habitual behavior. And this is what gives kids the confidence to go out and do their best. Start now. Find out the time of the year that testing starts. A lot of kids are smart, but they don't test well because they don't do well under stress. But the reason why they don't know how to manage stress or test well is because of the habitual behaviors that you have programmed into them at home. No, it's not the teacher. It's not because the county or the school board is choosing to test them a lot. It's because, bitch.
And it ain't society and social media. It ain't all that. Stop blaming people. Stop trying to blame shit. It's you. It's you.
You know that testing goes on and you do nothing to support your child to be prepared for testing. Look now and see what months out of the year does testing occur. And make your plans for those particular times of year set up to where you're in even more support of your child. What that means is if you don't normally cook breakfast, get things situated where at the least they should get it all year long. But at the fucking least, have some things ready for these children in the morning to put in their stomach. Make sure they get to bed at a decent time. Start setting up the patterns ahead of time, right? With these tablets, these PS5s, these fucking Nintendos, these Xboxes, these fucking iPhones, Androids, computer games. Wean them off of that shit. If you spent most of this year and last year.
That's a fact, guys. It's all truth. And keep them up, keep them outside, keep them busy. Keep them busy. Don't let one device be able to take control of them and hold them down. Y'all see, I got my son in the football, so he busy there. He can't just sit here in this house and just be on them video games or be on that phone all day, every day. That's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And that's how you gotta do them, guys. These kids wanna learn and they wanna, you know what I mean? They got the capacity to learn, guys, and they wanna be guided. A lot of kids want structure. You remember that. You remember when you thought you didn't want structure, you got a chance to go to grandma's house or auntie house where it is free for all. It is every man for themselves. By Sunday, which you was wishing like hell, mama, mama, hurry up. Mama, hurry up. You can tell me what to do. You can tell me anytime, mama. And that's how that be.
Allowing them to develop bad habits with this. And when I say bad habits, what I mean is you don't have any restrictions. They do not know how to discipline themselves and get off of it without you cussing, fussing, or selling out to them. You did that. You set that behavior up. Children are born as a clean slate in regards to beliefs and habitual behaviors. Environment and the parent that they spend the most amount of time around is responsible for their ways and the way that they think.
Exactly. That's why we can get rid of the daddy issues. They don't have daddy issues because that wasn't the parent that they spent the most time and no. You heard her.
Their mindset and their beliefs. Breathe. So if you know that there's certain times a year that testing is going to go on, be of support, get these children support, get yourself support so that you can be a better parent for them. Even those of y'all with older children, if you got kids going into 11th and 12th grade, they should already, right, be prepared for college or taking up a trade or planning, right, ahead of time. Get them some SAT or some ACT prep classes. Get involved. Communicate with the school. Also, school's about to start, right? They give y'all all those papers to sign. And if you notice, I ain't even trying to say read them, because I know y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna read them. Half of y'all don't like to read, and your children is taking up in that same direction. A lot of y'all, you was trash in school. So I already understand what the kids are up against, but I will say this. The least you can do is figure out the people at the school that will be involved with your child the most and set up a communication line with them. Whatever way that you communicate or you're on the most on your devices, set that up. And y'all think I'm finna be funny, but I'm not. If you always on Instagram, give your child's teacher your IG and say the best way to reach me about my child is this way. If it's email, give them the email. Set up a personal line with the educators that will be involved with your child so that you can be accountable for knowing what's going on with them. Some of y'all, it might be text message. Some of y'all, it might be Facebook Messenger. I don't give a fuck. Connect with the 1 or 2 people that interact with your child the most at the school so they can get in contact with you, so you can be in contact with them. It's a lot of y'all, you know you're a trash parent, right? And I'm going to tell you how you know. You know you're a trash parent because when something come up with your child, you immediately get defensive. You go off on the educators. You listen to your child's side of the story, and you just go with that.
Is Miss Glass from your child's school?
Yeah, I know who this is. What's going on?
Hey, I was calling because I'm having a little bit of an issue out of your son today. He is not wanting to sit down in his seat, and he will not stop talking. So
Oh my God, I thought he was sick. So y'all don't handle that?
Well, usually we use our behavior management system, which requires for us to call the parent if the behavior is getting...
It don't seem like it's really managing it. If you, I mean, y'all can't, I'm trying to work.
And I understand that, and I also am trying to work, but I want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
She's trying to get smart. Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not trying to get smart. I just want us to work together to ensure the success of your scholar.
Well, I mean, what he doing?
He won't sit down and he won't stop talking. Therefore, he's not able to complete.
You can't make him sit down.
Well, I can't make a child do anything. I can request it, I can ask it, but I can't make him do it. And so I'm wanting to work together.
Like, I brought him, I sent him up there to that school because y'all need to know how to handle. I thought they had teachers that know how to handle kids. I mean, if y'all can't handle them, I don't know what you want me to do.
Now, mature parents understand that there is 2 sides to this based on the atmosphere and the things I'm exposing to my child. Grown, mature parents understand my kids operate one way with me and another way with others. A lot of y'all, you know you trash. That's why you get triggered and easily offended and you go off. A lot of y'all, you know that you standoffish from the school because you know the school is the one space where you can get confronted and held accountable or put in front of you the things that you're doing incorrectly. You don't plan on fixing nothing about yourself, nor do you want to.
Exactly. The school is Zaddy, y'all. That's Zaddy. The school is Zaddy. That's Zaddy. They Zaddy. They fear Zaddy. They fear Zaddy.
Admit that your ass is trash. A lot of y'all hoes, you call yourself good mothers because you hide behind new Jordans and designer outfits or matching Nike outfits that y'all put these kids on, right? And you post it on the internet. But when we look at your kids' test scores, when we look at their habits and teachers, right? If it's an educator on here, they're going to tell you, I'm preaching. Teachers know what you're doing at home without your child telling your business. When your kids is in class struggling to focus, teachers, from being around that child in the flesh, can tell it's coming from one of 2 things. Y'all kids be at school tired but dressed fresh to death. Can't focus on the test but keep designer on. They got the latest iPhone or the newest tablet. They going on all the field trips with extra money, all this shit. But when we go to the book fair, they don't be buying no books. Got money in their pocket. They don't care to buy any. Your rearing of them is trash, and you have to confront this. You got to breathe and be okay with it. Y'all understand what I'm explaining? School is starting back. If you're overwhelmed, that's your own fault because you laid up and got nutted in and fucked and chose not to get the abortion and have however many kids that you have. Those kids deserve to have adequate school supplies. They deserve to have adequate uniforms or outfits for school. They don't have to be name brand or expensive, but they deserve to have clean clothes, fully prepped, sorted out, outfits matched.
And remember, yo, we don't want to hear no crying. If you collect a child support check, you better make it work. We don't give a damn how much that check is. That's for them kids, and that's for they back to school. And you ain't have to do nothing. Government Satan Zaddy ain't make you do anything the month of August. Notice that. Ain't nothing on his calendar on August to draw you dummies into spending your money. So you better use that child support. You better use that child support check wisely, man. If you used it for any cookouts, that's on you. You.
Socks matching, shoes cleaned off. Even if you can't buy them new shoes, go take the shoestrings out the shoe. If they white, bleach them down, scrub them, rain the water out, hang them out to dry, wipe them kids' shoes off, get them ready, right? Them kids deserve for support. It's a lot of y'all, all you do is watch the next trifling asshole, and that make you feel comfortable about continuing to parent your kids in the most trifling ass way. A lot of y'all, you was raised well, your mama made you feel like she did the best she could because she kept a roof over your head and clothed you. We in different times. Bitch, that shit don't fly no more. Ho, you not the top tier parent just because you feed them kids and put clothes on them, right?
I be telling them little doofy, goofy, bald head roaches that. I be telling them that, bro. I be telling them that. But they be constantly trying to trick me, and I be telling them they need to stop playing.
What you need to do is stop playing. You might have all these crusty, dusty musties tricked, but you ain't tricking us.
Because that's what they make you do. And I'm saying make you because if you don't do it, they're going to take the kids or you're going to go to jail for child neglect. So you're not impressing nobody that's a real parent or woke with doing that basic level shit. Real parenting involves you rearing your child in ways where they're attracted to reading and math. Also where they understand their own selves and they develop a awareness to where it's like, if I know I'm not really into school, let me make sure I understand, or my child understands, right? That we have to develop their social skills and build a resource pool and teach them a trade and how to work with their hands, or they won't make it in this world. Some of y'all, you just holding off trying to just feed and clothe that child till they get to 18 so you can say we made it, we did a good job. Some of y'all kids barely got a high school diploma, the ones that y'all already done got to 18, and you was celebrating like you did some big top tier shit. That's not what's going on, because the habitual behaviors in that product is bad. Lack sexual discipline, don't know how to prepare themselves for everyday life, can't stay consistent with anything. A lot of them, we see them, they go.
I tell them that all the time. I said, what did the mothers teach these kids? And then they, in the same breath, they answer my question. Because when they go out there and yell, oh, these men are just dogs, these men are taught by women. Women touch everybody first. Every human being first. A woman was touched by a woman first. He was in a woman's stomach. She was in a woman's stomach first. Like, make it make sense, y'all. They've been given these excuses for so many years, and they've been working, that they done turned it into reasons, but we ain't going. Ain't nobody dumb. Ain't nobody dumb. And please stop telling that dumb stuff to your kids, bro. They the only ones gotta believe you, but please stop doing that to them. You crippling them.
Get jobs, they quit after 2 weeks, expecting to make $1 billion in 1 week. Unrealistic expectations. You done bought them all this expensive stuff, but taught them nothing about the value of $1. So when it's time for them to work their own jobs, can't stay off their cell phones, going out, taking breaks, but it ain't break time. Don't understand the idea of rules, and you can't call your mama on the job, bro. Like your mama don't run these people at this job. Then you got to dub back and take care of them till they 25, 30. I'm trying to tell y'all, it starts now. School starting back. The behaviors beginning at fucking kindergarten that you rear and program into your children will follow them all the way through their years in school and into their behavior as an adult. Do y'all understand this? Yes, they have problems with authority.
They don't understand that because I constantly got to tell them they do not get to stick their hands in their pocket talking about, I ain't raised them like that. They make their own decisions. At some point, you can't keep blaming the mothers. Yeah, so you want the get out of jail free pass, right? We need a Child Survivors Act. For real. We need a Child Survivors Act. Same way we got this little fake Me Too shit, we need a Child Survivors Act. Get some real stories going.
And a lot of y'all, you know this. You know at home ain't no real structure. They hear you cuss everybody out and talk about your feelings more than fact and doing what has to be done. You're not teaching them responsibility and things like that. So they go to school. And when an educator or a guidance counselor or a coach is trying to talk to them about not smoking weed or being a student athlete or sitting out in the classroom and focusing, not being a class clown, stop distracting others. You don't get an award for saying you beat the teacher's ass or getting away with making comments about the teacher. Like when you don't rear your children, it shows up in their behavior. It is 100% a reflection of you. Y'all send these kids off to school and you act like because you're not with them, you're not responsible for everything that's going on with them when they in the care of these educators, and that's not true. School is starting back. These kids need preparation. They need supplies. A lot of y'all, by the time we get to the second month of school, they don't got no more sharpened pencils, no erasers, no loose leaf paper, wide ruler, college rule, no notebooks. You didn't buy the binders they were supposed to. Prioritize now that I'm going to get a school list. And halfway through the year, the list of stuff I bought is probably going to run out. And I have to go back and buy some more. Halfway through the year, a lot of these teachers, because they care, they going in their own money. They don't even get paid that much, bringing extra pencils because your child keep coming to school every day with nothing. A lot of y'all parents, you dropping the kids off at school, you seen this little nigga get out the car with no backpack. Now, at the beginning of the year, you brought the little Nike backpack or the spray ground backpack that matches outfits and shit because it was all about motherfucking fashion. Halfway through the year, the young jit ain't even bringing the motherfucking supplies no more or the backpack. He just getting out with a motherfucking folder. You open that bitch up, it ain't got nothing in it. Now the lady got to spend her damn low check because they don't be making a lot, right? Especially a lot of the inner city schools, and buy extra supplies to keep in the class because you around here buying drinks and fucking going to fucking brunches and shit, buying wigs and lashes and shit instead of reeing up on them kids' school supplies. Y'all.
Exactly. They out here trying to keep up with the Joneses, yo. Playing let's pretend to be one of these celebrities, yo. You know how they do, yo. It be that important to them, love. Don't do that.
Is that important for her to look cute? This is crazy. Now, she at the bus stop. And this is what y'all men are chasing. She is at the bus stop. This is crazy, dog. Is that important for her to look cute? This is crazy.
Y'all niggas out here reeing up on a 3.5 to smoke and shit, and your son need to re-up on mechanical pencils, erasers, folders, a new binder. He done broke that bitch down. The binder don't close all the way in the middle. He need a new composition notebook. They making him keep a journal every day in school. Nigga, you gonna have to re-up in a few months. And by the time we get to the holidays, nigga, you got to re-up again. You don't just buy school supplies one time. It's a lot of y'all, them kids' drawers be holy. It be having crust stains in them that you can't get out. And I'm not being funny. When you buy them kids, them panties and stuff from Walmart or off of Amazon, a lot of them, it be cheaper fabric, which is fine. I ain't tripping on that. But it gets to a point that after a while, they have stains in them. After a while, they'll have holes, not because the kids did anything, because they get like that in the washing. Halfway through the year, a lot of them socks and stuff, those children are going to lose the matches. And when you tell them to go clean up their room, they rushing to get back on the game. They putting any two socks together. They don't match. And if you don't re-up, them babies going to school with drawers with stains in them, uniform shirts with a bleach spot and shit like that, the shit don't fit. Y'all gotta do better. You have to re-up. So get ready. We're talking about preparedness. It's August. By the time we get to August, September, October, going into November, they need some more socks, undershirts, panties. Next thing is, for those y'all in the States where it get cold, I live in Florida, so it don't get that cold. Our weather is up and down. It could be cold in the morning. By the afternoon, you want to damn near take your pants off, put on your gym shorts because it's hot, right? But for those of y'all that live in states where it be cold, The kids need more than one jacket. Now, if you low income and you can't get one, you need to speak up now. Speak up now. Because halfway through the year, y'all be trying to beat the fuck out them kids by one jacket. A lot of y'all know you're not raising your children to be responsible and keep up with things. Hell, sometimes it's just kids. Their minds be all over the place because some of y'all kids is at an age where their brain isn't even fully developed on that part that allows you to think ahead and be prepared. Stop doing this one jacket thing and then whooping them kids when they lose that jacket. Bitch, get 2 or 3. Start now. It's some places where you can find, like Plato's Closet where I'm at, and other places that you can find some nice jackets that's gently used if you can't afford to buy one. Y'all be telling these niggas to send y'all money on Cash App for lunches and shit. Send some money for that boy to get an extra jacket so you're not knocking him upside his head when he leaving one at the after school care. It ain't nothing wrong if you can't afford it to go somewhere like Burlington or the thrift store and find these kids a backup. We're talking about preparedness. I'm letting it soak in. If you overwhelmed, you shouldn't have fucked had no kids. That's on you. Nobody feels sorry for you on this motherfucking live. I don't give a damn where you buy it from. I'm speaking on preparedness. These kids gonna need a re-up halfway through the year. School supplies, drawers, undershirts, extra jacket or sweater. Preparation. Decide a bedtime now for your ass and them. You want to stay up and watch Love and Hip Hop all night or sit on the porch on your phone looking at twerk videos, smoking that last joint. Go to bed.
But love, you know, there's a statistic that show that these kids, 80% of kids think their mother is their best friend. So they up late watching that stuff with her. They up late in grown folks' business gossiping with her. That's why they wake up together late. That's why they always running late. That's why they miss your phone calls in the morning.
Bed. So you can get up at a decent time so y'all not cussing and fussing at them kids to rush out the door. When kids don't understand structure, when they don't have habitual behavior programmed into them, it's your fault. It's your fault. Y'all like to tell y'allselves this stuff ain't on you and that's just how he is. That's just how she is. Only dumb motherfuckers buy that. Those of us that's grown, we know every bit of the attitudes in our daughters, the ways in our sons. They got it from what we exposed them to either through family, environment, shit we allow them to watch online. We take full accountability for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Men, be careful of Caribbean women. Some Caribbean women love to give men jacket. Do you hear me? Like Jamaican woman, Belizean woman, Guyanese women, Trinidad women. A lot of these women act like they're good women when in reality they're out here giving men jacket. Do you hear me? So make sure you get that DNA test to check on these Caribbean kids when they say they're having a baby. They might end up just be giving you a jacket. 2024, the ladies are rampant with giving man jacket.
I know you don't got no car. We on the same page. So you know that throughout the year, you have to rely on Lyfts, Ubers, other family members, and things like that to help you get the kids to and from school. Preparation. You need to start making a list, talking to people, setting it up where you have transportation, and in the times when you don't have money, backup. You need to get an idea now of what sports and extracurricular activities your kids gonna be involved in. I'm saying this because as friends and family members to people like y'all, we tired of y'all calling us with y'all problems last minute about giving y'all rides and then acting like we doing something to y'all if we don't feel like it, don't want to, or just can't come give you and your kids a ride. You fucked and had those children. Yes, we said as family members and friends, we will help you. But bitch, you not gonna flip your irresponsibilities onto us and act like we doing something to you. You should have put on a condom. You should have got an abortion. Hell, you should just kept your legs closed altogether. I don't fucking know. Can't go back and undo it, but those children are your responsibility. Yes, that ride stuff be hard. That's why we're talking about it now, right? School is getting ready to start for a lot of people. I'm telling y'all what's real. The stuff that y'all family members and friends ain't gonna say to y'all. So somebody said, and I'm glad you said this, how do we get kids out of bed without pulling them out of bed? After 5 to 8 times of telling them. Those children that won't get out of bed, you created that. That behavior of not getting up, you created that. Had you started when the kid was small, setting up a routine, you failed to do that. You can tell me whatever you want. You can type another paragraph on here. I'm telling your ass, first things first, it's your fault. So now it starts with you sitting down with those kids and telling them that it's your fault. Hey, for years since y'all was little, I didn't put y'all on a real schedule and stick to it. I might have started out at certain times, but I got sloppy with it. And that's why in the morning, when I yell for y'all to get up, you don't get up right away. I have to tell y'all multiple times, we end up late. That's not y'all fault. That's on mama. Mama gonna fix it now. So y'all gonna get uncomfortable parenting from me for a little while because I'm gonna correct what the fuck I messed up. It's called being accountable, being a grown bitch, right? You go in that room and you know they don't get up right away. So you stay in there and you give them a hug. You tell them you're happy to see them. Praise God in front of them for waking them up for another day or whatever your religious beliefs is. You give them a hug, you get them out of bed, stand them on their feet, aid them, walk them through, baby them. Stuff that you wouldn't normally do. But guess what, bitch? You got to go back and do this because you the one that caused this particular habitual behavior in them where they don't get up.
Now, fellas, I shouldn't have to tell y'all to hit the like button, but my sisters with sense, hit the like button and share this. She giving y'all the game right here. No pun intended. No harm, no foul. For free. She giving y'all the game. All right? Ain't nobody gonna tell who taught you, who told you. But you getting the game for free. Hit that like button, gang.
A lot of y'all got to look at, like I said earlier, what are you doing the night before? Let's talk about diet. A lot of what we eat makes us lazy. It wears us down. It plays a role in our energy and the hormones and things like that. A lot of y'all allow these kids to eat crash food, is what I call it. It's food that it spikes you up. So you up late playing games, doing all this shit. And then when it's time to get up the next day, you can't. And it's not because the child don't want to or being hard-headed or disrespectful. You feed them things that is not in support of them winding down at night. A lot of y'all, you be on the phone with your kids a lot of times late at night. The shit got to cut off and start winding down at like 7, 8 o'clock. It's a must. By 9, 10 o'clock, they need to be in, even if they ain't fall asleep yet, they need to be somewhere with their body being still. And if there's any sort of activity going on, it needs to be some sort of woosahing activity to bring them down. Not pumping them full of melatonin gummies because you done fucked everything up with their habitual behaviors and all you know how to do is what the ghetto bitch do that you watch online. All them snacks and juices and stuff with processed sugar in it. A lot of y'all, you buy stuff in the can and the box all the time. All of that food is processed. It all has preservatives. Most of it has processed sugar that's not good. The things that shit do in your body, it make it what as a child, you damn near want to listen to your mama, but you can't. You wired right now. And the reality of it is, these are the cheaper items in the grocery store. So again, going back to adverse childhood experiences, if you had kids and you poor and you're dumb and you had multiple kids, yes, you was dumb. If you had multiple ones and you knew you was poor after you had the first one and you fucked and kept going, no abortion and had more, you're dumb, right? And you to the point now where you gotta use your food stamps or your groceries and buy the cheapest stuff. The cheapest stuff is the worst stuff. It's what's killing us, right? So with just knowing this, you need to wind them kids down. Create a habitual behavior where when it turns like 7, 8 o'clock, going into that towards that 9 o'clock hour, we got to stop eating. We got to stop eating.
And that's a fact. And that's a form of escapism, y'all. Eating and stuff, that's a form of escapism. Fix the problem. Fix what got you eating and you wouldn't eat so much. You running away from whatever it is, that's up to you to know. You running away from it and you use food to go bury yourself in. Get out of there. Fight that. Face that. But that come from hanging around and being raised by them narcissistic mother parents that y'all be having. Them narcissistic mothers. Now you passive aggressive and you escape confrontation by eating. Stop doing that.
No more drinks. No more sugar. Put them tablets up. Go lay down and read. You want to keep your light on. And this is the thing. Depending on how bad you've made it with your child, you may have to baby them for some months in order to get this behavior out of them. It takes like 60 to 90 days to create a new habit and break an old one. You have to change their routine, but you got to be committed to it. A lot of y'all, you're bad parents. Y'all don't be wanting to hear this, but you are parenting bad in this season, and it's showing up in the product that you're raising. When people go to talking like this, y'all make them back off by telling them that they're judging y'all. I'm on here telling you this shit because I love you. I care about you. I care about my people. I care about people educating themselves and doing better. So you won't get me to back off by saying, oh, who is she to say this stuff? Nobody. But every bit of somebody, because the stuff I'm telling your ass, you can't fucking dispute because it's fact. It's going on. You can find somebody in every city, every state, every part of this motherfucking country that can relate to parts of what I'm saying on here in their real life or in their family life based on what they've seen or what's going on with them specifically. This called taking a straightening. Somebody keeping it real with your ass. This is what love look like. Y'all used to that love where a bitch play in your face and act like you ain't doing nothing wrong when you fucking the family up.
And that's not love. That's let's pretend. That's a lie. The truth is love. And what's the opposite of the truth? A lie. So what's the opposite of love? All right then. So now who's the hater now? Y'all want to run around here and you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. And the 4 people you choose to hang around are delusional and liars themselves. So ain't no truth going on. Come on now.
Bitch, you fucking the product up, nigga. You fucking up the family unit. You creating a poor product and we got to exist in the community with these motherfuckers after y'all kick them out when you tired of them. And you taught them nothing about discipline, about preparedness, about authority, about following rules, about creating, about being a help, about give and take.
And got the nerve to look you in the eye and say, cause men be getting locked up, cause black men get locked up. What would, if you send a slave out there uneducated, right? If a slave ran away, just ran away and got caught out there uneducated, what is it for that person to do? But be slaved again, but be chained. And that's what y'all have done to the black man. That's what y'all have done to these sons, our sons, a generation of our sons. Worrying about yourself, worrying about your fish hole. Nasty work.
You got them where they feel entitled. You got them where they think only thing that matters is what their mama said because she's the only one that could beat me. And they go out in the world and they have that mentality. And they can't learn how to read the room. They're not willing to accept criticism. And this is how you raise them. It ain't right. It's not a good product. Don't give a fuck what your sad story is. You should have stopped fucking if you can't take conversation like this. Some of y'all got kids because your genes was bad, or you had a baby with a slow nigga, or you slow and the kids came out slow. They got disabilities, they got stuff wrong with them, and it makes it even harder.
That is still your fault, man. You not a woman. And y'all woman, I don't believe y'all woman. Because again, it is a woman innate nature to discern the male with the weakest mane from the male with the strongest mane. And y'all out here choosing money over strength. So this is why y'all babies running around here like Krishan little son baby. Because y'all picking money over strength. And where on earth do you see that in any species, anything living? Not even in the jungle. Imagine a lioness pick a weak maned lion. Come on, bro. Y'all ladies looking bad. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Suck it the fuck up. Should not fucked. Should not have let a nigga run up in you. Should not have rolled that dick after you sucked it and took that nut and skipped the abortion and had the baby. If you don't like your story or how it turned out, it's on you. Be mad at you. I didn't do it. I don't give a fuck that you don't like what I'm saying. It's the truth. So some of y'all got children that on top of everything I'm saying on here, they require even more because they got shit wrong with them. Some of y'all, you gave your baby them COVID vaccines and now they autistic and shit like that. Suck it the fuck up. Some of y'all, you ate Taki chips and fucking crab trays and drunk juice. All your pregnancy, no organic food, no real food, and your baby turned out with certain stuff wrong with them. I don't give a fuck if they keep having eczema breakouts so they're allergic to everything because you was giving them nuts too early. It's on you. Exactly. Chin up, chest out, fuck nigga. Chin up, chest out, bitch. Y'all fucking made them. I'm saying this because you got to knock it off with the way that y'all make it like the school is responsible solely for the turnout of your child in regards to education and learning and them understanding about teaching themselves and being attracted to information. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. All them fucking tardies and absences from school because you're not organized is unacceptable. Now, your mama might not tell you this because she used to have your ass late and you miss school a lot as well. But them children deserve the chance to know what it feels like to show up for something every day. That's why a lot of y'all don't realize your product with your son turned out poor because that nigga don't know just how to show up. He don't know how to show up. That's like 80 to 90% of being successful.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. But that's a fact, yo. Just showing up. Just showing up.
It's consistently showing the fuck up. It's unacceptable.
And on the low, they deserve to get an award for something. Sometimes the kid not gonna be the smartest person in the school. He's not gonna be the smartest person in the class. But that a perfect attendance award, that be the reason for him and his name or her name to have to get called and have to go up on that stage. And that little hit of confidence, and it's a nice motivation. Like,
unacceptable. Some of y'all got kids, they know. My mama don't care. They'll tell the teacher, Mrs. So-and-so, you're late again. So, yeah, I'm going to send a note home to your mom. I'm going to get the principal to write you up or give you a referral because you talk. I don't care. My mama don't care. She said y'all don't need to be starting school this early anyway. People got stuff. Y'all act like people don't got kids that go to multiple. Y'all got y'all kids with a sassy hood bitch attitude. They at the school mouthing off on the teachers about why it's okay.
Facts. Motherfucker been done told you, well, you acting like I don't gotta drop my kid, my little sister off. Bro, that's not my problem. That sounds like your mama problem. But now she done made it your problem. Cause you late. I don't give a fuck who you had to drop off. You late. But that's how they get them. That's how they get them. Sassy. Just as sassy as them. And then they walk around here talking about men is so sassy. Men is so sassy. Who you thought taught them? Who you thought taught them?
For you and them to break the fucking rules. Bitch, if you feel that loose, if you feel that much of a cockiness towards doing things your own way, homeschool them. Homeschool them. It's a lot of y'all, them kids ain't even ready for school right now. School start next week for some of y'all, and them kids ain't even situated. And that's on you. And nobody gives a fuck about your sob story where girl is hard and child, she act like people know. You act like you wasn't the one fucking and sucking and getting nutted in to have that child. It ain't our motherfucking job to have empathy and compassion when you ain't had nothing for your motherfucking self or your child, when you kept having more or you knew you was broke and you still made the decision to fucking have the baby. If y'all don't want to follow them people rules, read their syllabus, hold your child accountable alongside the teacher as a united front, keep them little niggas home. Keep them motherfuckers home. Because like I told y'all on the other live, right? I teach parenting and co-parenting classes and shit via Zoom. But a lot of y'all kids, they a bad product and they bad. Fuck y'all that be talking about these kids. It's a lot of these kids, they're terrible. And they terrible because they sit up and watch you. You're terrible. Your mouth, your attitude, your discipline level, the people you hang around, the stuff you expose them to, they done heard you fucking, seen you drinking, seen you smoking, heard your attitude towards showing up late, being on time. They hear how you talk about your job and gossip about your boss and talk about authority figures and people that's trying to get you on track. They watch how you use and abuse people, how you can barely be consistent or prepared for stuff. And they every bit of a reflection of your ass. And so they're attracted to what's popular. They only want to do what they see other children do. They don't understand the importance and the value in rules and structure. And see, a lot of y'all, especially as single mothers, you only understand following rules and being structured when it come down to a nigga not cheating on you. A nigga not talking to another bitch or having something in their phone. It's so many other things in life that will help you rear a routine in your child that's reflective of them being successful. And if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you. But this is the law in regards to being a good parent. %. A lot of y'all, your kids never seen you read a book. So you like a motherfucking hypocrite when you sit up and tell them to read. They don't see you educating yourself or trying to do nothing any different than what you've been doing. They don't see you respect any sort of rules or authority. They don't hear you talk good about their teacher. So when they go to school, how the fuck do you expect them to just automatically show some sort of skill or some sort of habit or some belief that you never instilled in them? You instill in them what they believe in. That's why so many people believe in different shit, because it's based on what they seen, how they was raised, what they was exposed to. It's a lot of y'all. This live is your sign to confront that you a trash ass parent. Some of y'all hoes, you got your baby daddy food, but you don't have us or the teachers or the guidance counselors, the educators food. Some of y'all niggas, you got your baby mama food, but you do not have the rest of us food. The proof is in the product.
Yep. You can say what you want. You can say what you want, ma'am. You can say what you want, ma'am. You know what determines if you're a good parent? Your child. And I be sitting with the kids. Remember, I be having one-on-ones with these youngins. Yeah. And all that crap y'all be talking about on social media, being super moms and Virgin Marys, is a lie. These kids can't wait to break free from y'all clutches. They can't wait. Know what I mean? Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the content today. Please don't be shy. Hit the like button. Also, share this live. This is the type of live that need to get out. Share it before they try to take it down, because they ain't gonna like this one. Them bald head roach ones, they not gonna like this one at all. From the title to the thumbnail to the information on this video, they ain't gonna like it. Salute to all my Goodbreads and all my sisters with sense. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, yo. We'll be back a little later. We'll go back vertical. But we'll be downstairs. We'll be talking about the celebrities, y'all. get kind of burnt out talking about these dummies, man, because people don't be wanting to change, bro. People don't want to change, yo. So let's talk about the celebrities, yo. So we're going to close down the school and we're going to go to the studio. So I'll see y'all later in the studio, all right? We're going to probably talk about some old funniness. I want to talk about, y'all. I don't know how old is y'all, but I want to talk about the that Chronic album, yo. I'm going to talk about, what's that, 1992, 93? We're going to go back to 93 when that Chronic album came out. And we're going to review the Chronic album downstairs, guys, probably later on, like 9 o'clock. All right, y'all? Just hit the subscription and then set the notification. Hit the notification. See y'all later, y'all. Be safe, y'all. Oh, you know about that Chronic album. You already know, James Gall. Love you, man. Love you, bro. All right, y'all. We out of here.